Sorry, everyone. I think I got too excited. The heat must have went into my computer and shut me off. But we'll see if anybody else. Hey, Carol. Sorry about that. Sorry. We'll hang on a couple minutes, get everybody back on. Oh, God. Almost made it. Shucks. Yeah, short circuit. I think that was me. I think I was getting a little bit too excited. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I really don't know what it is. Anyway, I forget where I was at, but yeah. So I like I was saying, I think a lot of people are going to hate me for saying that. But if we want to protect that salt beds, then those vehicles need to be staged somewhere else. They cannot be running on that road and dripping all their fluids into the ground. That eventually gets into the water, that gets into the salt. So anyway. Apologize for that break. I don't know what the heck happened. Thank you guys all for jumping back on. The only problem is I lost all the comments because it's a new session. So anybody have any questions or comments about this, what we just talked about? We still got some time left. So I think I made my points. I think Jody heard most of it, but I do want to recap. Yeah, and driving on the beach, exactly. I mean, we cannot have our cake and eat it too, I guess is what I'm trying to say. That is a very special place. That is a very special location. That is, I mean, it is part of, this island is part of each and every one of us. Hey, Luke, welcome. And I am hoping that we move forward in a way that's going to protect that resource. This is not about visit industry or commercial businesses versus salt. It has nothing to do with salt, as many of you have, as Sherry said earlier. This is a cultural practice that needs to be preserved forever. Not our generation, but for every generation that follows. That's it. Simply put, that's it. I don't know how more to say it. I mean, it's like our child. It should be treated like our child. There is no other place in the world that produces salt like that. But more importantly, it's that cultural practice and the cultural rights that the Native Hawaiians have, and the families that have been out there for decades. If you heard some of those testimonies yesterday, very emotional day. Frank Santos went up there. He's been there forever. There were so many. There was one Tutu went up there, and she said, my grandkids, they're lazy. Today nobody like work, this generation, but as long as I'm alive, they're gonna come down and work in the salt beds. And Kenny, jet A fuel dropping on the ground ends up on the water table. Absolutely. I mean, I know what I saw. I saw oil, and obviously, the whole way that nature set that place up, unfortunately, allows seepage to get into the water table, which gets to the salt. So, yeah, absolutely right. So we need to stop all of that, and we all got to come to that agreement that if that is a priority, then let's focus on that priority. It needs to be a protected area, and they need to shut it all down, and then have them move forward through the proper channels. In EIS would surely prove that all the activities in area should cease. This is insane, Carol. That is so true. They know. They're not stupid. They got consultants. They know that they would never get an EIS, an environmental impact statement, to say that it would be okay. It would never happen for too many reasons. But you also got the use permit, the SMA permit. That's why those laws are in place. But if we're not going to enforce them, then why have the laws, right? And again, we're not just protecting we're protecting something that's irreplaceable. There's something that can't be recreated. And I think that's where people got to wake up. Our leaders got to wake up and say, hey, this is serious. This is not a joke. This is not a movement. This is not a joke. And we have an opportunity to fix this. Show up and blow up this cultural practitioner. Ridiculous. So I must have missed something earlier. Sorry. Why did they come for a permit now? I don't know. I've been thinking about this and I don't know. Pure speculation. Everything that I said earlier came directly from the report. But right now, this is my pure speculation is I believe that they may have been interested, and I could be wrong. And I'm sure that company has some employees or whatever on this session. And if I'm wrong, please correct me. But I would assume the only thing I can think of is they may have plans to expand. And they cannot come in and get permits to expand because of these existing problems, these existing violations. So, but I don't know. I honestly don't. They got busted. Okay, Abby would know. They got busted. I don't know. It took forever for them to get busted. I don't know how I know the bathroom was built inside of their facility, but to hook up to a cesspool. I mean, why would you risk or threaten the environment? You're on the water. You're on the coast, and why would you do that? You do that because you don't give a damn about the island. That's why you do things like that. Let's see. How are they allowed to operate here in the first place? Well, they took over the prior operators. I mean, as far as that goes, at that point, what's happening now, though, is because of the illegal activity. Now everything has come to light. Let's see. Mel, when your mom used to work at the county, she used to work with a lady named Olga, Auntie Olga. And I went to watch Holly and her husband work at the salt. It's amazing how it's done. I hate to see that go away. Yeah, Dad, that was Auntie Olga. Her family still has the beds. They still work down there. And yeah, I remember Auntie Olga very, very, very well. And mahalo for today's topic. You're the man. I'm not the man. Listen, I believe that we still can make a difference, but we cannot make a difference if we don't know what's going on. I could have spent an hour with my own opinions about this, but I wanted the public to know what, in fact, the Planning Commission is looking at. What are they deliberating? And I really wanted to let the public know that the Planning Department did a hell of a job in their report. The new helicopter company came in and started to improve area. We called planning and made a complaint. Thank you, Kool-Aid. That's how they got busted. Conflict of interest with the cultural practitioner. They found a loophole, so it's still Smoky Mountain. Well, I don't care if it's whatever their name is. Yeah, Auntie Olga. Cease and desist all operations. There's room at the report. Absolutely. We complained a lot, and the department did multiple inspections. Perfect. Relocate the helicopter company. We can't relocate the salt beds. Plain and simple. Yeah, Jody, awesome. I mean, people say I'm over here to trash the county. I don't trash the county. People ask me for my opinion. I give them my opinion. People ask me what I believe on certain things. I give them my opinion. It's not trashing anybody. If I disagree with something that's done, I'll tell you. It's not trashing anybody. I don't trash anybody. I'm basically just trying to inform the public of things that I know that I think the public should know. That's what we do. That's why we do this Facebook Live. Let's see. Kimo Kapahulehua's wife honored at a luncheon by Governor Ige. It needs to be a protected area and they need to shut it all down. Absolutely. Do they test water for pollution levels? No, like I said earlier, in 2014, Councilmember Fufaro and I put the money in a budget, 90 grand to do a study. It was never done. Let's see. Thank you guys for the comments, guys. Keep punching them in. We still got some time. I don't mind staying on. If you guys want to chat and ask more questions, Trent, if you were running for president, what would your top issue? If you were running for president, what would your top issues to address? Trent, were you hacked? I think somebody hacked Trent Chimabukuru's. No, what should community do to keep the pressure on? Do exactly what you guys are doing. Keep the pressure on. Use social media. Stay on top of this. You know, is this similar to county building pavilions along bike path without permit? Yeah, remember they built the pavilion inside of the shoreline setback area. They had to remove them. Again, that's why it's so important. You know, we gotta you make a law, you follow the law. If the law no longer applies, the environment has changed, people change, then you change the law. But don't violate the law. But Alan, you're right. That's how Maverick got in. They were supposed to come to meet with the salt makers prior to getting the lease. They didn't want to, so the state found the loophole. Yeah, you know, the state has a lot to blame on this. You know, the lease should have never been granted because these issues were not resolved. They never outreach. They didn't provide any outreach to the salt makers. I can't believe this is even an issue on Kauai. Yeah, it is. Who got the 90 grand? No one got the 90 grand, Marianne. The 90 grand lapsed, and that money went away and back to the general fund, and the study was never done. Betos, the scale is not fixed. I know. Okay, let's see. Awesome, guys. You guys are awesome. I got to tell you, you guys are awesome. And we do this every single Wednesday from 5:30 to 6:30. We'll also archive the videos on my YouTube channel at Mel Rapozo. Just go to YouTube, search Mel Rapozo, get to my YouTube channel, and subscribe. Next to the subscribe button, there's a little bell. Click that so you know when a new video gets uploaded. Email your testimony to jgalinato@kauai.gov. Yep, absolutely. Trying to get a timetable of when the next meeting will be. And we'll make sure we'll get that out on Facebook, and I'm sure Kool-Aid as an intervener will keep us all abreast on what's happening next. What's the next step? But yeah, we really want to stay on top of this. We want to make sure that we use this as an example for anybody else that wants to come in and try to do these things. Thank you, Mel. Thank you, Hilda. Appreciate that. Aloha, David. Oh gosh, a bunch of you guys coming on. Thanks for the information. My pleasure. You know, again, information is free. There's no charge for information. And is there a limit on the amount of helicopter companies? I don't think there's a limit on companies. There's just a limit on space. You know, helipads and state controls all of that. Thank you, Abby. Thank you, Betos. Thank you, everybody. You guys have been super, super great. So yeah, I want you guys to enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Again, every Wednesday, 5:30 to 6:30, YouTube channel, Mel Rapozo. And comments still coming in. Maybe you should add another day to Facebook Live. I don't know, man. I don't know. I tell you, I could, but I don't want to. Good night, Dad. Thanks again. Love you, Dad. Man, my dad comes on every single week. Every single week, man. My sister comes on, and it's just so cool. You know, it's just unfortunate we got to talk about these kinds of things, but you know, this is a serious matter. I'm going to eat now. You guys are too much. It's a serious matter, and you know, the ramifications of this will affect generations to come. I think that is what we got to understand. And our leaders, you know, our administration, our planning department, everybody got to understand that we won't have another shot at this, is what I'm trying to say. There's no more second chances with this. So we need to take action. $10,000 a day, cease and desist, and get the governor to cancel all commercial activities at Burnsfield. That's my suggestion, my opinion, and I guess I don't think anybody listens. Anybody in those roles. But anyway, hello, everybody. God bless you guys. Love you folks so much. Thank you guys. We'll see you next week, Wednesday, 5:30, same place, same time. Aloha.